I'm Mike Diamond, head of instruction.
I'm James Kine, one of the lead instructors here.
And we're here to talk to you about some of the questions that we've gotten on our fancy social media platforms. Why in God's name is the GMAT or preparing for the GMAT so expensive? Can't I just muscle through this with sheer will, determination, self-prep, free resources? And for some small portion of the population, you totally can. But by and large, learning to absolutely master the GMAT is like starting from scratch and building a car. You need to, at the very least, have other people help you make parts, give you schematics, all that, even if you're putting it together yourself.
Right.
This is not something most people want to do, or more importantly, have time to do.
Yeah, and I think also the thing to think about is that it's an investment. You need to take the GMAT so that you can go to business school. You want to go to business school so you can become an executive of some sort somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, most people, and listen, there are those of you out there that are going to B school to make the world a better place, and that's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And for anyone, whether you're going for profit or for the love of humanity, if you've got a need, we have a scholarship program. So somewhere below here, you can find a link to our scholarship application.
Let's be clear that the scholarship we're discussing is an APEX scholarship.
Yes. So when it comes down to it, the GMAT's an investment, and doing well in the GMAT has a significant measurable impact on the amount of money that you're going to make throughout your life.
Yeah.
And it might be more than you think. We've actually done some analysis internally, and when you compare the salaries coming out of schools, from top schools to very good schools, and you adjust for everything else and just look at admissions chances and financial aid and GMAT, every 10 points on the GMAT is worth, and I know you actually haven't seen this document.
Yeah.
Guess. Every 10-point increment on the GMAT, how much is it worth?
Income?
Huh?
An annual income or
net present value, lifetime.
Ooh. 10 points?
Yep.
10K?
Keep going.
30K? 50?
About 50,000 euro, 80,000 US dollars, or rather 50,000 pounds, 80,000 US dollars in lifetime earnings.
Wow.
Every 10 points. And that sounds sort of ridiculous until you think about
Wait, that's every 10 points?
Every 10 points.
Every 10 points?
Every 10 points. Well, think about it. If you get a 720 and get into Stanford versus a 620 and get into a great school like Fox, your lifetime earnings for those 100 points are going to be, the difference is going to be more than $800,000.
That's a lot of dollars.
That is a lot of dollars. And so it's an investment, but from the other side, for us, for what we do, we love what we do. And we're not really in it for the money. I think everyone
I am.
who's worked here, well,
You have to pay me.
yes.
But I do love teaching.
We've all started. I think every instructor here started out helping friends, helping family, helping friends of friends, and some point sort of rolled in and said, well, this is something this
is really
I
fun.
enjoy,
yeah,
and it can help me have a fulfilling career. But there's opportunity costs for you economics majors out there.
Ooh. Talking to you.
Why is GMAT preparation so expensive? Well, if you go to a test prep factory and they hire someone who's got, who scored a 680 or 700, just got out of school, doesn't have teaching experience, they're not paying them very much. They're actually paying them probably less than they're worth, because that's how big corporations work, not to get too political. But, they're getting paid $20 an hour. That's why earlier in my career, I didn't know this existed, like being a real...
It's also why many of them don't do it full time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can see when you go on any of these other websites and you look for courses available with this specific teacher, and they've got like 1-2 nights a week maybe because they're moonlighting doing something else to pay the bills.
Exactly.
Still a lot of excellent teachers.
And it's great.
Excellent teachers. They got to make ends meet. Really understand it.
But we don't want them because they're doing something else and it's just a financial thing for them.
It's actually one of the things I've been happiest with is going from just teaching on the side and moonlighting, doing that, to let's do this full time because I didn't like my other job and I always liked the few hours a week I was teaching, and now I like all the hours that I'm teaching. So
And so, yeah, when James joined us, he became full-time. All our instructors do this full-time, and just the GMAT. And so for a GMAT score of, well, we all have 770s and above, we can go to top business schools and go work at, I used to be at a hedge fund.
we
go
fancy.
do all sorts of stuff. We totally fancy.
we fancy.
But so hiring a GMAT tutor is like hiring a professional, whether it's an attorney, an
Yeah.
accountant, a psychiatrist.
Looking for that budget doctor?
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't get your knee operated on by someone who's like, well, I can do it a little cheaper, but I went to a worse medical school.
Right.
At some point,
Zoology is medicine
Yes.
in a way. So yeah,
I've done plenty of giraffe knee replacements.
that's actually a pretty big deal.